Your actions are more powerful when your state of being, your presence, or your spiritual power is stronger and increased in your physical body. People for years have been talking about raising your vibration, raising your frequency in order to manifest your desires. And they never break this down in a way where they give you things to increase your vibration or what this actually means on a physical level. It's always a mindset, an esoteric philosophy. And there are many different ways of saying things. There are many different perspectives to look at it. But what I've observed from my own personal experience is that, yes, when your vibration is higher, things happen in your life that are more in your favor. You attract positive experiences to you. You influence events to happen to you in a more desirable way when your thoughts, your actions, and your beliefs are aligned. And in order for your thoughts to be aligned with your actions, or in order for your thoughts to even exist in the frequency of vibration that is in a higher realm or a higher state, a heavenly state, in order to bring heaven on earth, you have to have spiritual energy built up. And you have to be spiritually, you can say spiritually blessed, anointed. You have to be spiritually pure, spiritually high, spiritually divine. You have to be connected with your spiritual form in some aspect. You have to be connected with the divine in some aspect. And there are many different ways to do this. There are countless amount of religions. There are countless amount of spiritual practices. There are countless amount of philosophies aimed towards hiring your consciousness or raising your consciousness to be able to open your mind. And the whole point of a spiritual path is to find practices, thoughts, and philosophies that resonate with you, because all of our spiritual paths are going to look different. All of our spiritual practices and beliefs are going to look different. You know, what may seem moral to me, what may seem like something that may increase my life for me, may seem immoral, or it may not resonate with someone else. So the whole point of being on the path is to learn yourself, learn your nature. What I've come to realize is that some people on this earth are light workers and some people are not in the presence of light or are in the nature of light. Some people are put on this earth to take light or to challenge those who are light bringers. And the actions that they will take is different for their mission, for their life purpose. So by understanding who you are and your nature, you understand how you can manifest things, or when you're working in your nature or when you're working against your nature. And everything isn't as simple as dark or light. But to get into more what I was going to talk about, the whole purpose of this video is this third dimensional density is not as physical, solid, set into place as we were led on to believe. And there are countless examples. I've been observing this for years. You know, I mean, if you study metaphysics or you observe the world from a metaphysical standpoint, you will begin to collect data and realize that this reality is it's changeable, it's moldable, it's influenceable, it is, you know, it's more spiritual than we believe. You know, when you first become spiritual or conscious or wake up, you understand that you are not just this physical body. You do not just exist in the physical world. You have a fourth dimensional aspect to yourself. You have a astral body that exists in the astral realm, and we go there when we go to sleep, and you can go there through different levels and states of consciousness, and people can do specific type of practices to enter into this realm for many different reasons, for many different purposes. But the further I go into my journey, the more I understand that this physical world, this world that we exist in right now, in which I'm recording this video, in the same realm that you are watching this video, this is the spiritual world. This is a spiritual world. Spiritual things happen in this world. Spirits are interacting with this realm on a day, right now, currently. They are in this realm. Spiritual things, events are happening in this realm. There have been countless amount of spiritual experiences that happen to me, and that doesn't just manifest with, or that doesn't just, you know, manifest in the way of, oh, spirits interacting with this realm, or spirits interacting with, humans. That exists through events. An example of that can be big change happening in a small amount of time. That to me is a spiritual experience, a spiritual event, because on this third dimension, what makes third dimension denser and more physical is time. We are bounded by time in a way. I mean, well, most of us, if you're bounded by the programming of time. In the dream world, if you were to manifest something, or in the astral world, if you were to think of something and you were to manifest something, it would instantly appear and manifest into that reality. When you want to manifest something here, there is a time buffer. Sometimes, I would say the average time of something to really truly manifest in this third dimension, of which it was supposed to, is 30 days. Every 30-day cycle, every moon cycle is supposed to happen, or in 28 days. That's the true amount, the true days of the cycle of a moon. So when you manifest something, it is supposed to take 28 days to birth. But with our programming, our limiting beliefs, our laziness, our lack of action, it takes a longer amount of time. Sometimes we sabotage it. Sometimes we can draw things to us faster because we have more spiritual energy built up. We have spiritual energy in our mind, in our spirit, in our consciousness, and the way that this expresses in our physical body is through our aura. There's this thing trending right now on TikTok, and you always hear people talk about, oh, this person has aura, that's why they're able to do this. And it's pretty interesting to me because people are using the right terminology, but I don't think that they understand it in the way of what is actually happening. Your aura is your electromagnetic field that exists in your body and outside of your body. Some people's aura is stronger, is bigger, depending on how spiritual it, and everyone has different auras naturally, the same way how people have different genetics. Some people can work out for years and they're limited to the amount of muscle that they can gain, while some people go to the gym and they gain muscle easier because of their genetics. With the aura, though, and with our spirituality, there's really no limit on how much we can gain. We all just have different starting points. That's why it's not about where you start at, it's where you finish. When you have a bigger aura, you're able to influence reality in a different way because you're taking up more space. You're more powerful. The stronger your aura is, the more powerful you are. And you increase your aura by doing spiritual practices on a daily basis. That's why the title, or the point of this video, is spiritual discipline can lead you to big transformation in a small amount of time. When you have certain set practices and you increase your spiritual power, you will begin to realize that things are happening to you differently. People are interacting with you differently. The world is interacting with you differently. This is something that I have been observing for years. And the thing is, just because you know this, it makes you one step closer, but the other half is actually practicing it and learning how to be disciplined and learning how to practice it for a long period of time, or at least for 30 days, to understand or to realize the change that can actually happen. Most people can't be disciplined for 30 days and they can't stop their negative habits, or they can't stop their addictive habits for 30 days. But when you take out the things that you know is not moving you forward, and you replace that with practices, thoughts, and create an environment for yourself that transform your consciousness, your state of being, to where your aura is able to enlarge and you're able to exist in a higher vibration for a longer period of time, you understand that you don't even have to a certain degree, write things down and affirm. And yeah, these are important, these are powerful for transforming your mind and transforming your beliefs, but things happen to you naturally because on a higher level, our higher selves already know what we desire. Our higher selves already know what we want. The reason why we're not able to bring things from the fourth dimension, because we're disconnected from our fourth dimensional self. So when you connect yourself with your higher self, or your fourth dimensional self, or whatever dimensional self, we have a being of ourself that exists on every dimension. A fourth dimensional self, a fifth dimensional self. We can't even really perceive the fifth dimension and above, so I'm not even gonna get into all of that right now. But as far as the fourth dimension, bringing things down, because that's what manifestation is. Creating something in the fourth dimension, in the spiritual world, and materializing that to the third dimension. The reason why a lot of us can't do this is because we're not connected with that aspect of ourselves. A lot of us can't even remember our dreams. When you start to write down your dreams and remember your dreams, that is one way of connecting to your spiritual self. When you meditate with certain intent and you're able to have a clear mind and reach to certain states of consciousness, certain trance states where you're able to channel certain messages and you're able to open up your creativity, then now you start to have $1,000,000 ideas that you never had before. That is a form of manifestation. You can manifest something through a thought by getting $1,000,000 thought, because your mind is open and you're creative. On the way of influencing the world, when you go outside and you walk outside, there are infinite amount of possibilities that can happen. When you're interacting with the world by just being outside, just by existing, you're interacting with the world. We're transmuting thought frequencies from our body, from our mind to the world. We're transferring energetic frequencies. So when you combine the thoughts, the energetic frequencies, this is how you're communicating with the universe at a nonverbal level. When you start to make intentions with your actions, now in a way you're creating magic. And this is something that I've been observing for a long period of time. These are things that I've used in my life to forward me. The people that I observe, I study, that I get information from the information that resonates for me. Even people that I don't get information from, I observe everything. I observe every person that I interact with, because we can all learn something from anyone. And I've always paid attention to the spiritual aspect of someone, their spiritual connection with themselves, and how things happen for them. And there is always a trend. The more spiritual someone is, the more things happen in their favor, whether they realize it or not. Because someone can be spiritual and not even realize it, because their vibration is naturally high. They're more spiritual. You don't have to be woke. You don't have to even, study. I mean, studying is raising your consciousness and is furthering you. But if you don't put these practices into play and effect, you will not grow. The whole part of spirituality is to grow. The whole purpose of living in this third dimension is to learn lessons and to grow and to remember who we are and where we came from, so that way we can evolve in every aspect. So when you understand these principles, these philosophies, I believe that you can change your reality in a short amount of time. And for everyone, it definitely will be different, because we all have different starting points. If you know that things happen to you, if you know that you're the type of person to grow in a short amount of time, or when you set your mind to something, things manifest for you fast, this can be due to many different reasons, and we all got different starting points. But do not compare yourself to other people's. Walk your own path. Understand your own path and the growth that you've made, and the work that you put in the past, also counts too. If you've been slacking your entire life, then of course it's going to take longer for you to get what you really want. But it doesn't matter. Start now and understand this nature of reality. Understand you don't have to move physical things around as much. Magic is real, manifestation is real, and the spiritual world is real. So understand it, realize it, pay attention to it, and use it to help you influence this world while we're here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna end with that. If you like this video, make sure you leave a like, comment, let me know your thoughts, and yeah.